loyalty in my blood.
Hi everyone, so let's get straight into this video. Today we're making wax chocolate chips, chunks and shavings. We're going to be using this pipette for our chocolate chips because we need to place them in drops. So that's why we need a pipette. You're going to need a silicone mold. Any random silicone mold is fine. I'm using this square thingy. We need it to make a big block of chocolate that we're going to carve out our shavings and chunks from. This is my wax here already melted. I'm just going to go ahead and give that a good mix so that my colors combine properly. When you're pouring your wax, always remember to be careful because it is very easy to have wax spillage. As you can see, I just spilled some wax, but I have some covering here for my table, so always make sure that your workspace is covered so that you can easily get the wax off your surface. So I'm going to just use my pipette to place drops on this platform to create the chocolate chips. That's all you do. Just take your pipette in, suck out some wax and just place them in drops on the platform. The reason I'm doing this while it's hot is because I'm trying to achieve a melted chocolate chip look. If you want your chocolate chips to look like they're melting into the cookies or cake, then you want to have flat chocolate chips. And to give you flat chocolate chips, you need to place the drops of the wax while it is still hot, not while it is cool. While it's still hot, because that way it runs in different directions and takes different shapes. So you don't have to worry about it if your drops are not round. Even if it is not round, it is perfectly beautiful. It's going to give your chocolate chip a more realistic melting look. So do it while it is still hot. And then always remember you're working with wax, so you have to be extremely fast, otherwise it will clog your pipette. So I'm done with the melted chocolate chip look. I'm going ahead to create that pointy chocolate chip look, the one that's thicker with the pointy tip. And you want to let the wax cool a little. So shake your wax and see if it sticks to the side. Then it is time to place drops of that for your chocolate chips. Can you see it's taking the round form because it is cool, it is thick, so it's not running. It just takes a round shape with a pointy tip. So what you want to do for your chocolate chip pointy look is you want to place drops of your wax when the wax is cool, not when it is very hot. Your wax has to be really cool. Then you go ahead and use your pipette to just place drops of that and it will come out looking gorgeous. So for the melted look, always do it when the wax is hot. And for the chocolate chip pointy look, do it when your wax is cool. Now you remember that when you're working with wax, sometimes it requires you to have a lot of patience and sometimes it requires you to be extremely fast. This is one of those times to be extremely fast. Otherwise, your pipette will clog. So we're done with our drops for the chocolate chip pointy tips and we're just going to let it cool down. Now it's cool. Let me show you what it looks like. It is absolutely beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is with the pointy tip. It is so gorgeous. Perfect chocolate chip and very easy to make as well. And then for the melted chocolate chip that has the flat look, it doesn't say much right now, but when it is in an actual cake or cookie, it is so beautiful. I'm thinking of a lot of things to do with this now. It's so beautiful. Let's move on to our chocolate chunks. I'm just popping this out of this thing. It looks like a big block of chocolate and it's going to break apart because it is still warm. I like to cut my chunks, my chocolate chunks, while the wax is still warm because that way it's easier to cut through it. So I just take my knife and just cut through it, different shapes, just make it look like chunks, chocolate chunks. It's so delicious and it looks like real chocolate, guys. I'm almost eating it. just take your knife and just cut through in tiny squares, tiny rectangles. And this is the finished look. Awesome. So let's go for the shavings. Just take your knife and just scrape through it like a potato peeler. It's very easy, but you want to do it when it is hard, not when it is warm, because it will just break. There will be no shavings. You would have chunks instead. So do it while it is hard, while it has cooled down, and just scrape through. You can even use a potato peeler and you have your shavings perfectly done. So guys, we're done with our shavings, chunks and chips, and they are so beautiful. This is the finished look. These are the chunks and the shavings and the chips. Guys, go ahead, subscribe and give this video a good like. See you in the next one. Bye.